Hello everyone and welcome back to Unseen Britain. Today we're about to explore Faversham's train depot in Kent, a site with the long railway routes going back to 1860s. The site expanded in 1897 when they built offices, workshops and a water tower. If you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button and I guess let's not wait any longer. Come join me and let's explore it. I have no idea how to get there. I have to be very quiet here because there's a pedestrian bridge above me and locals are not very happy when people come to visit this site. But look at this one, guys. This place is massive. Do you think this was a workshop? Or do you think this was the very first building which was built in 1860? Wow. Wonder what these for. I think this one had a rail on it back in the day. What do you reckon, guys? We've got some water pipe or something here. I don't know. That's a wow, definitely. That's a wow, that's for sure. Wow, I cannot describe. This must be like 200 yards long. We still got lighting on the ceiling. Look at these Victorian era windows, and obviously a modern day pedestrian bridge above it. Does it still have a wooden frame or is it a metal frame? Rather sharp. No, it's a metal frame, but that's definitely Victorian era windows. We do have some sort of water tank for, I don't know, maybe this was a toilet or a shower that way, but we'll find out in a minute. What I want to do, I've seen that hole in the wall. I want to go there and take a closer look what's inside. Wow, it's fully overgrown, look. No, there's no way we can get through this way. Let's try another way. There has to be some entrance from the other side. I'm very surprised these windows are still in place. This is a signature of a Victorian era. Take a closer look, guys. The central section of it, you can open it to get some fresh air. I suppose this was the building built in 1897 as an upgrade, as an expansion of this train depot. This was most likely the workshop, and of course this ditch is now full of rubbish. But back in the day, back in the 1897, you was able to stand here and do some work from below the train. Someone ripped these Victorian era radiators off the walls and chucked them in here. This one also could have been a sink, because we've got this water supply pipe here, and this was most likely the sink because the mechanics was working here back in the day, and they would probably want to wash their hands before they go for lunch. And what's inside this room here? Oh wow, this was a toilet. Look at this. A metal flush tank produced by Bustling company. Proper solid metal. The toilet itself is gone long ago, smashed. I'm very surprised this place has not been very vandalized, and we still got original tiles which was painted after some time, and even the original door. Have a look. That's the original door, which was most likely put in 1897. Unbelievable, guys, unbelievable. The water pipes and everything above us is still here. Even the light bulb, I don't know if you can see it, even the light bulb is still there. Wow. Let's carry on. What is this place then? This could have been an office or perhaps a storage room. We have these beautiful Victorian era radiators here on the floor. We got a couple of windows, some sort of cupboard, metal cupboard, obviously. A Victorian era sink, believe it or not. And one of these Victorian radiators are still on the wall. I cannot believe. It's like a time capsule. Those are very valuable items if refurbished. But we're not here to steal radiators. We explore this place and show you this wonderful piece of history hidden here in Kent. Let's take another look if we got any more rooms here. Of course, everything's covered in pigeon shit because it's pigeons territory right now. But we've got another cupboard. I wouldn't dare to touch it because it's covered in crap. I do suppose we had another sink over here, just like in another room behind this wall. More pipes coming through. Another radiator was hanging here. That's the radiator's pipe. We still got active railway tracks. And my visit here is not very legal, I have to admit it. But I'm not here to cause any trouble. I'm here to show this before it disappears, before it gets demolished. And we've got more offices. But the rotten floors, we had some lightning. This looks like more modern day lightning, but still, it's still hanging on the chain. Look at the thickness. Look at the thickness of these metal pipes. They don't use these things anymore. Not for heating, at least. So we're entering another office here. I think this was very cozy back in the day. Couple of windows facing railway. I wonder what this little window for. To pass some paperwork to your colleagues. Who knows? And we're entering another room here. Rather different compared to the others. I don't want to get spotted through this window, but I'll try to take a closer look and show you the type of windows they have here. Those are wooden frame windows, and they're still here. I cannot believe. Building built in 1897 still has its original wooden frame windows. This was probably the main entrance. I've seen another little shed just next to this one. We explored now, and let's go and take a look what's inside there. Have a look at this thing. What's it for? If any of you knows, let me know in a comment, but this thing is massive. Looks like a chain or track, whatever. And I can see another one in here. We've got more Victorian era radiators laying here on the floor. But what is this thing? It's massive, isn't it? Wow. I am sure that someone's going to tell me, what is this thing? If you know, don't hesitate, let me know in a comment. Asbestos roof. And a very tiny window, which is that rusted, I can't even move it. And here's another little shed. with nothing in there. Just a very tiny windows. I suppose we had a sink over here, or this was a cooker perhaps. Who knows? I do suppose this was a kitchen unit back in the day. What do you reckon? Perhaps they would cook food over here for the staff working in a shed. Let's carry on. Well, that looks like a massive burner. Look at these massive pipes over here. And we do have a actual water tank to store the hot water. And I suppose this was distributed to this shed, which we just explored. Amazing, huh? That was used to get all the ashes from the burner. And what do we have here? Hydraulic oil, 5 gallons of it. 22.7 liters. Does it have any date on it? Even though it was a date, it's not visible anymore. Wow, it's very well preserved. Look, we still got the lightning and all that. The water tank is just impressive, isn't it? I just wonder how many liters of water can you put in this one. We do have some sort of thingy, I don't know what is that. I can't tell, I'm not a specialist, but that's really impressive. Some sort of pipes as well. Bit dark. I didn't get my torch with me, but that's rather impressive. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the very first and original building of this old depot, built in the 1860s. Let's get inside. Take a look at these massive doors over here. I can't believe they're still here. Wow, is this? So back in the 1860s, steam locomotives would come here to get ready, to get things done as well. Water top up, coal top up and all that. We got a little worktop as well, so mechanics probably will put their tools on here. We also have these pigeonholes here to store things, perhaps some spare parts, keys, assets, washer plates, you name it. It's an amazing piece of history. We've got another one down here. Let's see what's written on it. Look at this. Bolts, spare parts, pins, anything. They kept it all here in right order, so you don't have to look around. Just come here. You need that kind of bolt, take it from the shelf, fit it on a train or locomotive. Wow, there's no roof left, but the walls are still here. Just imagine what it looked like back in the 1860s and onwards. This was probably the office where they would sort out the paperwork, register trains on the journals, what was done, what work they did. I really hope they're gonna restore this place. I really hope they're not going to demolish it. Even the lighting is still here. The roof is missing, but the lighting is still here. Can you believe, guys? I want to take a look inside this room. We had some kind of cupboard here, water supply, a sink most likely over here. What do you reckon? Was this a kitchen? And that one was the office. Most likely this was a canteen. So people that used to work here would come, sit down and have a nice break, have a nice lunch break with a nice view through the window. I've noticed a couple of these ladders standing here randomly, and I was thinking, what's it for? It appears that this ladder is only to climb up and change the bulb. Let's see if I can get there. So this was a great tour of a former Faversham train depot. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.